you. He's
back at Madison Square Garden for Victor Valley.
This guy is shooting his low.
Trying to pull out all the stops for Billy Costello, his fourth WBC title defense. Has been lackluster at best, Al.
Come on, Billy.
It has indeed, and you can hear Valley trying to exhort him on.
Hands up.
Costello on our card has not won a round since the first. 2 through 6, according to our card at any rate, belongs to Lonnie Smith.
Well, I actually made the fourth even, but other than that, I agree with you.
He's been a more charitable fellow down through the years than I am.
That's probably true, Charlie.
That's Al Bernstein. I'm Charlie Steiner. Welcome to Madison Square Garden. Billy Costello in the blue trunks, defending his WBC super lightweight title. But he is in trouble tonight.
You know, even on the inside, though, he is now brawling and brawling pretty well with Billy Costello.
Not very many people knew of Lightning Lonnie Smith coming into this fight. For Billy Costello, this is his first primetime fight, his first defense outside of his native Kingston, New York, and it has been something less than stellar.
As this fight wears on,
a solid right hand by Smith, and once again, Costello is hurt.
He is in big trouble now. He was hurt with that left hook to the body, Billy Costello. Now they're telling Smith from his corner, calm down, don't get too wild. This isn't bad advice. Costello is powerful, and he could still walk into something.
But Smith continues to dictate the tempo of this fight, throwing the punches when he wants to.
Billy Costello is walking into just about everything that Lonnie Smith is throwing. I tell you, Lonnie Smith came up with a pretty good one-liner this week. He said, I'm engaged to the super lightweight title. I'm getting married on August 21st. So far, the ceremony is going just as he planned.
Well, the bells are ringing.
Yeah, in Billy Costello's head.
Smith's corner is about ready to throw some rice.
It is a very frustrating evening for Costello, and I think part of the problem is right there. He just can't land the left hook. Look at Smith. Oh, wow. He is a showman. He walks away. He's not even looking at Costello.
Looking at us.
He's over here, and Costello doesn't throw a punch. That's the kind of effect Smith has on his opponent. I'll tell you, he is interesting. I said he was an enigma. I guess I was right.
He's bizarre.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Now, you saw a move by Smith. He even has a move which he tried to do there, where he uses the referee as a pick to get in between himself and the other fighter. He tried it there, but Rivera was too savvy to let him work it.
We're going to keep it here between rounds.
Big uppercut.
And now Smith appears to be off balance, albeit briefly. But again, the tempo of this fight being dictated by Lonnie Smith.
And this probably has been the most stale effort that Billy Costello has had since he burst upon the scene, winning the title several years ago. But a lot of that has to do with Smith. Good right hand.
Got nailed by Billy Costello. And that is the end of the 7th round. And once again, on our card, we have to give it to Lonnie Smith, even though he spent half the round looking at us, Al.
Sure what they're saying in there.
Now listen to me. Lonnie, I want your hands up. When you make that walk away, right? Watch yourself. Because this guy's frustrated. And he's jumping at you. He's coming at you any goddamn way he can. You understand what I'm saying? And you don't have to worry about it. All you got to do, pop that left hand, pop that left hand. Right?
Lonnie Smith landed this good right hand. There's a counter right that sent Costello reeling a little bit, then landed a left hook to the body after this exchange there. And Costello very nearly went down, was holding on to Smith, or it would have been a knockdown. See that exchange from yet another angle.
Solid right hand. And that body punch is really a crusher. Look at that.
It is, and there, I'm not so sure if Costello's knee didn't touch. Hard to tell from that angle.
And so we begin round 8. With a significant upset in the making here at Madison Square Garden. The challenger, Lonnie Smith, 22-0-1 coming into this fight. And never really having fought a name opponent until tonight. Billy Costello never has tasted defeat. 30-0. This is his 4th title defense.
During 1984, Lonnie Smith did fight some good journeymen. I mentioned Tom Baker, Forrest Winchester, Todd Longmire, Baker again, and Frank Montgomery. They're all pretty decent fighters. The kind of guys you do use to work your way to the top, but usually after that, there's a contender thrown in. Not so with Smith, but so far it looks like he didn't need that.
And Costello coming into the fight was perhaps looking ahead. He said it was his time for the big money fights. He wanted somebody like Pryor or Mancini or Arguello. And the question is about the three guys that he wanted were all spent bullets, or any of them going to fight anymore?
Well, you know, I remember the last time I did a fight in which a man was looking ahead to a fight with Pryor. That was Ray Mancini in his first Livingstone Bramble fight. And Ray, of course, lost that one, and there was no Pryor fight. Now, here's where Lonnie Smith is in the posture where he can do this. He's ahead in this fight. He can spin around doing this. Fans might boo, but what does he care?
Well, Costello landed with a right hand. He's off balance. He wasn't hit. And want to remind our stations locally that you will have the next 1-minute commercial break at the end of this round.
Again, the left hook, and the left hook's been in mothballs by Smith. He may have not thrown it for a couple of rounds so that he could come back with it against Costello. That's the kind of clever fighter Lonnie Smith is. Boy, he has got Billy Costello right where he wants him right now.
So, in essence, Smith was going with the fastball the first 3 or 4 rounds. Now he's coming back with the change. Oh! Costello is seized and down! Billy Costello on Queer Street.
I don't know. They will let it go. He doesn't want to fight. I don't think Billy Costello wants to fight.
Thinking about stopping the fight.
Rivera should be thinking about it. He's in trouble.
Costello is down, and that should do it. This fight is over. Lightning Lonnie Smith is the new WBC Super Lightweight Champion.
And there's some concern about Costello. I really believe that referee was a volley too late in stopping this fight. There's no question about it.
Costello is still down as Lonnie Smith is up on the shoulders of the corner.
And I tell you, Rivera was not watching this fight. I'll tell you why. You can tell Costello did not want to continue. And he let Lonnie Smith come back in. We certainly hope Costello will be all right.
He is still down and being attended to.
Some of Billy Costello's fans, and they're concerned rightfully so.
Utter degeneration. Several busloads of his fans came down from Kingston, New York, from 90 miles to the north of Madison Square Garden. They are absolutely stunned.
Here's how it happened. The first knockdown. The right hook, the uppercut. Now, Billy Costello was in all kinds of trouble. He wobbled around the ring after this. He shook his head a couple of times as if, no, I don't want to continue. They let Smith come in now. Costello was in deep trouble. And now he's hurt with that right hand. The referee still doesn't step in, and Smith throws the uppercut. I hope Billy Costello will be all right. It will be no thanks to Rivera.
Let's watch it one more time now.
And again, you will see the finishing power of Smith. He is throwing wild shots, but there lands the overhand right. Going downstairs, he really was after Costello. Now, after this left hook, it's all over. Gets in another right uppercut. That would be the punch that did some damage. However, we're happy Billy Costello is up on his stool. Lonnie Smith, boy, oh boy, a dream that he has had for years is reality now.
A look of utter disbelief on the face of Lonnie Smith as he is the new super lightweight champion.
He is on the stool also. I think his climb up the ring post took something out of him, Charlie. Go ahead, get
and
out.
This is the last thing that Billy Costello's people expected to happen. They just did not expect Lonnie Smith to come in with this kind of power.
That's Tom Hauser. Spent an awful lot of time with Billy Costello through the years. How do you suppose, Tom, he is going to respond to this thrashing that he took tonight?
It's a hard thing for any fighter to take, and it's his job. Most fighters lose. Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, they all lost and came back. And this is the